Hi, I'm Toby, I'm 35 and my own body seems to be trying to kill me. Today was a pretty intense and big milestone in terms of the progression of my liver disorder. Today was the day when officially my liver specialist said to me, I'm putting you forward for the liver transplant now, and this is what happens. So, as I said, quite a significant step, quite scary in many ways, but I do tend to look at it as, you know what, this is something that I just need to get through. I will get through, and I'll be a lot better when I come out the other side. I can't deny that it is frightening sometimes to think about things like the mortality rates. So for example, currently it's about 90% survival rate for 1 year after transplant, and that drops down to, I think it's something like 50% for 5 years after transplant. So that basically means 5 years after my transplant, I've got a flip of a coin as to whether I'm going to still be alive or not. On the plus side, these figures do not take into account a lot of things like age and behavior. So there are many people that contribute to that figure who are not as healthy as I am, who are not as young as I am, and who don't engage in healthy self-preservation behaviors, like making sure they're eating properly, not drinking or using drugs, and making sure they're exercising and doing the other things that you need to do to take care of your liver, particularly when you've got the immune disorder and the liver issue. So basically what I have to look forward to is sometime this week I will get a call from the Royal Free, and they will give me an appointment date for when I have to go up to the Royal Free for 2 days and do a series of tests and investigations and so on, and also meet the liver team. So from this point onwards, if I do go onto the transplant list, I will be in heavy contact with a liver team who will be overseeing everything, and this includes the anaesthetist, the surgeon, the transplant coordinator, and possibly other people as well to help with the practical family side of it, emotional support and things like that. I'll obviously be posting more about that when the time comes. That will happen most likely at the end of May or the start of June. So we're kind of coming towards the end of April now, so it's at least a month and a half away before that happens. And then once the decision is made, if I do go on the transplant list, the average wait at the moment, or historically, has been 4 to 6 months for a transplant, although there have been people who've died whilst waiting for a transplant because their liver has declined significantly. And this does also depend on your blood type and a number of other figures as well. So 4 to 6 months is what it's been historically, but the system in the past few weeks has changed significantly, and instead of being broken down into subcategories, you are now competing against everyone in the UK at the same time. I'm not sure how it works. I don't really understand the process, particularly the new process, but it does mean at the moment they're not really sure what the waiting times for different types of people are. Theoretically, the sicker you are, the higher up the priority list you are, and I'm in a bit of a sweet spot in that I'm not particularly ill, so I'm not high up the priority list, but actually my chances of survival, if I have a transplant, are better than my chances of survival without a transplant. So that's what I have to look forward to, and then after the transplant it'll be 2 weeks in hospital and 4 to 6 months of work, which is quite a significant thing. And one of the big things I'm really concerned about, and probably more concerned about than the actual operation, is how do I manage that in terms of accommodation and income, and the fact that actually my employment, I'm a student now and I will not have employment at the start of the next year. And it's going to be very hard for me to find employment, considering that I'm going to have to say to them very upfront, I'm going to have to take 4 to 6 months off. So yeah, that's a quick summary of today. I hope everyone's doing okay, and I hope you check in for the next video. Bye!